What's up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. It's your girl, Queen of the North, better known as Shay. I'm here to give you new Chicago Bears content. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead, subscribe to the channel. I want to thank everybody for coming out. So let's get started. This weekend, we got Chicago Bears football. We have preseason against the Indianapolis Colts. All week, we've had joint practices. I've seen a lot of amazing videos on joint practices. Saw my guy out there from BCP, Bears Country Podcast, Foster, my guy out there. He was live at the practice, him and Swifty from Swifty Sports. They were out there, watching the Colts and the Bears joint practice. And after last week's game against the Tennessee Titans, I'm very excited to see more Chicago Bears preseason football. There's a couple of players I'm excited to see in this second preseason game. I'm excited, and I knew Justin probably wasn't going to play this second game. I knew if he played the first one, he probably wasn't going to play the second one, or vice versa. And a lot of people was crying, oh, he's playing in the game. And now they're crying because he's not playing in the game, too. So I really don't understand Bears fans and Bears ops. It's a lot of Bears haters out there. And 1 week to the next week, it changes, flip-flops. Like last week, it was he shouldn't be playing in the preseason game. It's not that important. He should be ready. He got to play. And then this week, he should be playing. We haven't seen enough from him, even though he was 100% from the field last week. I don't care if they were screen plays. And shout out to our offensive coordinator, Lou Gassi, for calling some screen plays, some tosses, some quick dump offs from Justin Fields to his running back, to his wide receivers. Just getting the ball out of his hands to some playmakers on the team. And that's what he needs. He needs that confidence that he has more playmakers besides himself on the team in order for the Chicago Bears to do good this season. Because last year, Justin Fields tried with everything in him to win those games. And you see one person can't really do it. And we did have some talent as far as the Bears, but as far as top talent, wasn't a lot of top talent guys. Most of these guys was looking for a roster spot. Now, coming into this preseason, you got a lot of guys that's, a lot of spots that's overfilled. So a lot of guys not going to make the roster. You got Velus Jones Jr., draft, special teams guy, wide receiver. He might not make the roster, because you still got EQ on the roster. You got Dante Pettis. You still got some veterans that Justin Fields have connected with. Not saying not to pull any shot on V12. I like him as a player. I think he has a lot to prove. But that's how it is in this league. It's wins and losses. So it's the next man up, the best man up. So if I'm building a team, I'm building a guy that's ready to go right now. I know we have prospects that we develop. That's what the practice team is for. That's what, you're not going to make the roster if, you have developmental issues. So I'm not saying that about Velus, just saying I just want to see a little more. So this second preseason game, we got Tyson. We get to see some Tyson and PJ, a little more PJ. I know PJ Walker hasn't played. He hasn't played very well in the preseason. Tyson Badgett, he's played very good. I'm hoping I said his name right. I think it's Badgett. Badgett. Terrible with the names, but he's been playing very well. So I like to see I don't know who's going to start with this with the second string. I don't know how many players will start and sit out. I know they say a lot of the stars will sit, including Justin Fields. So, it's time for players that's hungry that need to make the roster. Me as I play sports, so as a competitor, I think a lot of time the undrafted players, the free agents, who come over that's looking for a spot, those be the guys you want to go after because they got a little more to prove. They playing with a little more grip, a little more chip on their shoulder. A lot of people who feel they made it, they don't have a lot to play for. So you see that with the turnaround in the NFL, it's a lot of people coming and going because what's your longevity in the league? Are you a team player, or are you looking to win by any means, or are you just looking for a paycheck? So I think Chicago Bears are trying to find those players who love the game, that love football, that love their teammates, love the culture of football, want to play for a city, want to win a championship for a city. And we appreciate everybody that our coaching staff, our general managers, that they brought over so far. So it's just a learning curve, and I'm happy to see Justin be able to now have a growth spurt, hopefully, in the league. And I'm happy the Bears gave him something. It was very exciting to watch him last year, knowing that he didn't have a lot of talent around him. And from the beginning of the season to the middle of the season, we declined in talent because we did a lot of trades. And so by the time the trade deadline was over, we were a depleted football team. So I like a lot of the guys that came over. Our linebacker core is really good. We got Edwards and Edmonds. And I think I'm not sure who's going to win the linebacker number 3 spot, but and I'm not going to give it to either player, but I love just the competitiveness and what we have in the backfield. I like Swoop, as a rookie, but I think Jack Sanborn is pretty good, and he showed, he's a player in his league. So I'm looking at Sanborn to possibly keep it, but I'm not saying either player couldn't get it. I like Sewell as a player too. So Rojo, I want to see some Rojo today in the backfield. He got a couple of carries last week, and I saw a lot of fans. They were mad. It's like the end of the third quarter. They like, the only reason I'm still watching this because I want to see Rojo with the ball. So I want to see that. Tyler Scott. I want to see our rookie defensive tackles and defensive ends that we drafted. So it's a lot of players I want to see. I want to see Williams, safety. I want to see a couple of guys. I know a lot of people been saying like Tyreek Stevenson been on the cusp of the center job, fighting for it with our other corner. But I want to see him a little more in the preseason. I don't really see nobody coming in and taking that spot from him. But I just love that the Bears are being competitive and letting everybody know nothing's guaranteed. You're not guaranteed a spot here, and you have to work for it. So that's appreciated by the coaching staff. One thing I'll do now, I'm gonna change my hat, y'all. So I'm gonna put on the this my bucket hat. Now, this is what this hat means. This means we mean business, okay? When you see a grown ass man, grown ass woman, with one of these hats on, that mean they ain't messing around. Okay? Like, from my military days, like Sergeant Eastman, that was the toughest motherfucker I knew. Like, we used to do our engineering, do little stuff, and we used to always get our bucket hat. That means we meant business, you know. That means we ain't playing around. So in the preseason, I'll be looking around. I'll be seeing who out there, who not playing. Like Eddie Jackson, he be having his bucket hat on. You know, Coach Flus, Eberflus. You know, Coach Flus be out there with his bucket hat on. So, you know, shout out to my battle buddies. You know, with the y'all know what I'm talking about, the bucket hats. If you was ever in like an engineering battalion, or you ever was in a motor pool and they put up the tents. It's time to get dirty. You got to put up the tents. Clean. It's all vehicles. You know what a motor pool is? It's all where they fixing up the cars and the tanks and the Humvees and stuff out there. So, you know, this mean we mean business. So, you know, Chicago Bears mean business this season. So, coming out with the bucket hat all year long. All year long. So, again, check out the channel. I'm gonna do live content. Excuse me. A couple of days before each game, and I'm gonna do live streaming to my Twitch. So I'm gonna do live streaming to my YouTube and to my Twitch. It's hard to explain, but I'm gonna be streaming, double streaming, and I'm gonna be giving y'all, you know, my basic background of my weekly picks, my studs, my duds, you know, what I think is gonna happen, my predictions, and I'm gonna play the game, and we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna have some fun. Again, I appreciate everybody for coming out and just checking the channel out, and be patient with me. I got a lot going on. I'm in school. You know, I got finals this week, so I just put out a little content this week, and I'll catch y'all up after the Colts preseason game, before the next preseason game. So shout out to, you know, my alumni and the other students at Southern New Hampshire University, SNHU. Shout out to you guys, and good luck on your finals. Good luck on your finals this week, and just shout out to all Chicago Bears fans. Shout out, and just have a safe weekend, guys. You know, put the guns down, put the drugs down, and find solidarity in yourself, in each other. Bam!